Hi, this is Rabbi Harvey Hoffman from Century Pines Jewish Center, the conservative egalitarian synagogue in Century Village of Pembroke Pines, Florida. This coming Shabbat, at the time that I'm recording this, that's actually going to be tomorrow, we read a Parashat Eikev. And as people who say the Shema Yisrael prayer twice a day, the way they should, morning and evening, they know that Eikev is famous for the V'haya im Shemoah paragraph, the second paragraph of the Shema prayer. It's also known as the reward and punishment paragraph. In that paragraph, God says very simply, if you obey my commandments and show how much you love God by obeying his commandments, then you will be rewarded with prosperity and peace. If you don't, if you abandon God and serve other gods and other temptations, very simply, you're going to be banished and you'll perish from off the goodly land that God gave to you and your forefathers. Reward and punishment paragraph. Therefore, Moses continues, commanding the people of Israel, therefore, take these words seriously, bind them as a sign on your arm and as frontlets between your eyes, metaphorically and physically, with actual wearing of tefillin. And also metaphorically, keep these words in your mind and use your hand, that is your body, to enact those mitzvot, those commandments. That being the case, one commandment that I thought of as being utmost in importance above all the others, as far as I personally am concerned, is the commandment, the violation of which really is the most responsible reason why we lost both the first and the second Holy Temple, because we spoke ill and slanderously about one another. That's what the rabbis say as the main reason why we lost both the temples, because of the groundless hatred that we had for one another, speaking ill of each other. And Earlier in our prayer services this morning, I spoke of how generally you shouldn't speak ill of your fellow human being, even if what you're saying is true. In fact, sometimes the fact that it's true is the worst kind of lashon hara, the worst kind of slander, because if people see that it's true, even if it happened years and years and years ago, and the person is now a repentant person who's the nicest person you'd ever want to meet, that could result in his losing his circle of friends, his job, his marriage, everything. You're almost killing him in a sense, because you're causing his entire world to cave in, because not only did you say something bad about him, but it turned out to be true. However, there are rare instances where, when something is true about a certain person, not only might you go ahead and say it without feeling guilty, but as a matter of fact, you're doing an absolute mitzvah if you do. On rare occasions, such as the following hypothesis, which is put up by the Chafetz Chaim, and also in the English translation of the Chafetz Chaim's utterances on Lashon Hara, Guard Your Tongue by Zelig Pliskin, which is available at good Jewish bookstores in paperback. In Love Thy Neighbor, there's the case, and not Love Thy Neighbor, I'm terribly sorry, Zelig Pliskin wrote that also, but this one is called Guard Your Tongue. In Guard Your Tongue, Pliskin brings up the case that the Chafetz Chaim brings up, of a person who is about to marry somebody. He's engaged, he's madly in love with her, and he's telling his friends about her, and he mentions her name, and one person in that circle of friends says, "Oh no, Chaim or Moshe, whatever his name, do not marry that person. I know that she was married 3 times before, and each time she horribly ruined her husband's life in any number of ways. She's not a normal, well person. Please, you can even talk to these other people if they're still around, and I can assure you that you're making a terrible mistake if you marry her." In that case, the person who came to the aid of that person who's about to marry is actually performing a mitzvah. He's saving that person's life in every sense of the word. So there are rare instances where, even though speaking ill of your fellow human being is the worst thing you can do, in that case, it happens to be a mitzvah. It just goes to show you how the whole concept of guarding your tongue from speaking evil is an extremely complex area that requires careful study. Reading that book as a wonderful first step, Guard Your Tongue by Pliskin, and consulting with a knowledgeable rabbi who specializes in that topic. This is Rabbi Harvey Hoffman from Century Pines Jewish Center, located inside Century Village of Pembroke Pines. Wishing you a good Shabbos, a good week, and a good life.